The following contains elements of horror that may be too intense for some. Viewer discretion is advised. There's a way that you can bring back a loved one after death. I wouldn't recommend it though. Death should be final, and cheating it always leads to bad results. But you'll want to know anyway, won't you? Well, here you go. But don't say I didn't warn you. To start off, you must go to the cemetery where your loved one is buried. Now, this only works for those who've been buried. There's probably another method for cremation or something, but I don't know it. Now, make sure you take with you an object that is most important to you. The emotion from this object, this sacrifice, will provide you your power. Take it to the plot of your loved one and bury it over their grave. Don't worry, you won't have to go very far. So don't worry about running into the slab or anything. Before you cover up the hole with your object, don't forget to add a few drops of your blood. This imbues the ritual with your own life essence and draws them in. Then comes the final step. Take a handful of dirt from where you buried your object and swallow it. Disgusting, yes, but necessary. That creates a link between you and where you need to go. After that, get yourself as comfy as you can and fall asleep upon that grave. If everything was done correctly, and you're lucky, you'll awake to find yourself standing at the gate of the graveyard. It will be dim, foggy, and you'll notice a distinct lack of color in this now drab place. You'll also see that there seems to be other people wandering around the gravestones. Exactly how many and what they'll look like will depend on the cemetery you went to. But I've never heard of a location having less than at least a few dozen wandering around. Now, whatever you do, stay away from them. These are the shades of those left behind from failed rituals or weak spirits drawn from the surrounding areas to the power of your blood and your object. Even if you recognize some of them, do not go near them. They're little more than instinct now and desire one thing above all else: life. They want another chance to live and crave nothing more. Even if the shade's mind is so far gone it doesn't recall why. And if one catches you, they will try to steal the life away from you. They may notice you, and they may not. If they do, evade them. It shouldn't be too hard, as the reflexes and control are not nearly as sharp as they used to be. Avoid them and look for your loved one. The person may be at their grave or wandering a walkway. You may even find them hiding, terrified of the scene before them. When you finally see your loved one, stop. Don't go near them yet. Call out the person's name and wait. If the response seems genuine, everything is going as planned. If the response is delayed, quiet, distant, or not even present, then hold on. Ask from a distance, what was the one thing that person hated in life? As these shades progress, and their minds dwindle to nothing, one of the first things to go are their memories of things they hated in life. Any bad memory that makes life seem terrible would slip away, only to be replaced with a deep desire to return to the living. If your loved one's answer seems legitimate, take their hand and pray you were not wrong. If you are, you may find yourself as a replacement shade, wandering this foggy graveyard. If not, then we should move on to the next step. Be aware that their hand will be cold. It will be like grasping solid ice, but never let go. Even if your hand starts to go numb and your fingers turn black, you must not let go. After feeling that rush of life, touching their hand and immediately losing it moments later, your loved one may not be able to resist the urge to take it all from you. Take your loved one back to the gate, avoiding other shades if you can. More of them may be attracted to you now, as your living body is connected to their realm via your lost loved one. Should you make it and step through the gate of the cemetery, you'll find yourself back in the living world. However, this time your loved one will have rejoined you at your side, still clutching your hand. To the rest of the world, it will seem like your loved one went on a long trip somewhere and recently came back. No one will be able to recall where it was they went, or what they did there. Nobody except you and your loved one, that is. But everyone will be happy to see this person's return. After this, I suggest you never stay in one place too long. Keep moving, keep roaming, the more random the better. The moment you start to see a sickly, pale look come over your loved one's face, or a bit of decay that may start forming on your skin now, move. Like I said, death hates being cheated. And if he catches up with you and your loved one, he'll make sure that you both feel every bit of the rotting sickness that will build up in your bodies until your loved one once more falls to the grasp of death and returns to the cemetery. This time they won't be alone, however. You will be joining them. Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe someone might make this journey for you.